If you're non-binary AFAB and you have a cis male boyfriend, how did you explain to him that he's not straight anymore? That's the thread that kicked off the discourse.
How did you gaslight your boyfriend?
How would your boyfriend not leave you? I would if my partner came out as non-binary, we're going to couples counseling and conversion therapy for him, and if it doesn't change, well, we're done. Hey guys, welcome to The Normal Gays. I'm Brad Polumbo here with Clarkson Lawson.
What's up, guys? Now, before we get started, we've got to shout out our members only video. This week, we are doing a video with Brad's mother.
Yes.
So make sure you subscribe. I don't really know. We don't know what we're doing yet.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
So I've started perusing Threads. Do you know what Threads is?
Oh God, that's like it's like Blue Sky Light.
So Threads is the Twitter clone from Instagram, and no one really uses it except woke white women, and I guess maybe some woke other women of different races, and also lots of non-binary people, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. So, but AKA, I already my previous email, woke white women.
Yeah.
So I found
straight woke white women.
Well, but that's the whole conversation, if they're straight or not.
Wait, is this an episode about non-binary?
Yes.
Oh God. Okay, I'm ready. I'm glad we turned the air on because I'm about to get heated.
Well, it's sort of about that. But anyway.
Let me preface this episode by just saying, for any of our new viewers, non-binary is invalid. We don't believe in it. You are just...
I said this recently. If non-binary people have no haters, I must have been in a horrible accident.
I think didn't I say in the last video to put it on my coffin? I think that would be funny. Like if I died, especially if a non-binary person shot me.
Oh my God, we're already so off the rails.
Anyways, go ahead.
So
trans people are valid, non-binary people aren't.
Also depends on the trans. Lilitino, not valid.
Lilitino's not.
So the whole question is, these non-binary women are trying to forcibly label their boyfriends as queer, and like say to their boyfriends that they're not straight. So let me read you this original post.
Are you trying to label somebody else
and
invalidate their identity?
If you're non-binary, AFAB, assigned female at birth.
I'm so tired. AFAB sounds like AFib, and it makes me want to code. I'm so over that. Like, why? And then it reminds me of all cops are bad, so I get heated over that, too. I just can't.
Yeah, we know you like cops.
What is that supposed to mean?
Wasn't your ex a cop?
One of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so...
If you're non-binary AFAB and you have a cis male boyfriend, how did you explain to him that he's not straight anymore? That's the thread that kicked off the discourse.
How did you gaslight your boyfriend?
How would your boyfriend not leave you? I would if my partner came out as non-binary, we're going to couples counseling and conversion therapy for him, and if it doesn't change, well, we're done.
He's not straight anymore? Bitch, get the out of our community. You're a straight ass bitch. And you're trying to now claim that you're on the spectrum because you have a mental delusion?
Yes.
You. Okay? I did not get bullied. Well, I did get bullied, but I bullied back. I don't want you guys to think I was a victim. But I did not get bullied in school for being gay just so some girl, straight bitch who's bored and privileged to just say, yeah, well, you're not straight anymore. Did he take up the ass? No. So he's still straight.
Oh boy. But so what's funny is this post prompted a whole discourse on Threads between AFAB non-binaries who all agree that their boyfriends are now queer, and other ones who said no, they are allowed to label themselves and we can't put a label on them. But then the others replied that, but if they don't identify as queer, that's invalidating my non-binariness, which is like, yes, it is.
Well, your non-binariness is invalidated by reality. So I think that you have bigger fish to fry.
Well, let's read some of the more comments. Straight men can date non-binary people the same way lesbians can date non-binary people, and gay men can date non-binary people. What does that even mean?
What are your chromosomes, bitch?
Well, it's actually a little more complicated than chromosomes.
What?
Not everyone has the XXXY. So it's like 99
The exception doesn't make the rule.
I agree, but just technically.
You're actually... Shut the up. Just let me get heated.
So here's one of the people disagreeing with the original post. I didn't tell him that he's not straight anymore. I told him what my identity is, and he can determine what his own sexuality is. We've discussed how our relationship...
Sexuality is not a choice!
No, he can choose his sexuality. That's the woke take.
This is so crazy. He did nothing to change his sexuality, and now
Poor
you're
guys.
expecting him to have this, like, identity
The
crisis.
poor men stuck with these delusional bitches. I like.
Cannot can't be that good.
It really can't be that
the
good.
drought cannot be that crazy. Like at that point,
but they must be just freaks in the
just
sheets.
become like a Buddhist monk at that point. Like if the only type of girl you can get is that type of bitch, you got to just be celibate.
Anyway, so let me read this again. I told him what my identity is, and he can determine what his own sexuality is. We've discussed how our relationship is not technically a straight relationship, regardless of how it may appear, though. Bitch, it is a female and a male dating each other, bumping uglies.
I am so...
A hot dog in a bun.
I want somebody to tell me this in person. I want one of these girls to come up to my gay ass with her boyfriend.
I'm not bailing you out.
Our relationship, that's the only time I'll treat her non-binary the same, because you asked for... You said you're not a woman, and I don't hit women.
Rights, equal left. Right. You're not a woman, so
because, like... that's a joke.
Allegedly.
Allegedly a joke.
We don't support violence, obviously.
Well, sometimes I do.
Oh?
If a bitch wants to try me and they try to hit me, I'm gonna rock their shit.
That's self-defense.
Yeah, well, it depends. If you know they're gonna... If it could be a preemptive strike.
Oh my... We're not talking about Iran.
Anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh, I just want them to like say this type of stuff to a group of gay men.
Well, every time I try to talk to one of these people and like get them to answer basic questions about this, they refuse to do it. It's maddening.
No, it's because they're living in a world of delusion. It's literally like, have you ever tried talking to a schizo about like their reality? All the time. Sure. Well, when the reality gets invalidated, they freak out, and it's like talking to a mental hospital like patient. It is. They have to have their reality validated.
Are you saying non-binary people are like mental hospital
I think they should be institutionalized.
No, they don't need to be. They're not unless they're a threat to themselves or others. They're not. They don't.
They're a threat to my reality, and they invalidate my reality.
Too bad.
3 months. No, it's...
See, I told you, I do have fascist
tendencies.
Oh my God. I didn't mean it.
The Fae King replied to the original post and said, I've told him that his sexuality is in no way different because of my identity, but that we very much have a queer relationship. Huh? So you're saying he's a straight man in a queer relationship?
I don't know what else to respond to this.
I just wish these people would give the dictionary a break. They haven't been beaten the out of it for so many years.
I'm just tired of being a costume.
Well, we are a costume to these people. That gif, it's like, am I a joke to you? It's like, yes, we are a joke to you.
It's like, you guys are so bored and you want to be gay so bad.
But they're not. So I just saw this polling, and I haven't looked into it and confirmed it, but whatever. I sent it to my sister, and I was like...
Did you burp?
No.
Oh. Sorry, maybe I did.
I
just smelt a burp. Sorry,
I sent it to my sister because it's like LGBTQ identification drops among the young generation, mostly among bisexual women who no longer claim to be bisexual. And I was like, oh, it's almost like y'all bitches were
y'all were lying. You were lying.
Not all, but a lot of the ones that during the pandemic suddenly were pansexual.
Or they go out with their friends and they kiss a girl for fun, and they're like, well, maybe I am a little bi.
I'm spicy. No. My boyfriend and I are in a queer relationship.
I wish it was...
Is the queer relationship in the room with us, Susan?
I guess queer now just means mentally ill. So if you're in a relationship...
Yeah, actually, I agree.
If you're in a relationship with a mentally ill person, maybe your relationship is queer.
Yes, and then my relationship, not queer.
Yeah.
By that definition, I agree.
My dad was married to a schizophrenic, so I guess my parents were queer.
Oh my God, so here's where we get to the people disagreeing with the agreeers.
Oh, I got excited like they were going to have some sense.
You don't get to decide someone's identity for them. You can explain that he is part of a queer relationship because one of the partners identifies as non-binary, but his identity is his business. I actually don't agree with that. Like,
I don't either.
It's like, actually, your identity isn't a choose your own adventure book. If you're claiming identities that have definitions, you have to actually meet those definitions or not. You can't just not meet them,
right? We have
but
labels
then still be them.
For behavior, and if you're going to assume that these labels that shape identity are a choice, then you're just assuming that being gay is a choice.
Now, here's the critical part. If he's calling himself straight while dating a non-binary person, he is invalidating his partner's identity and saying he sees them as a woman by doing so. That's the truth, that this person's so woke they're accidentally correct. The boyfriends of the non-binary girls, they do just see them as women, and they're like, yeah, okay. And then I promise you, when they're talking to their mom on the phone, they're calling you she, her.
You know what this makes me start to think? It's like, how much do men really not give a about who like because you know how like there's always the trope that like men are just like yeah the
And then
wives just
you
talk.
ask them your wife's like birthday,
Yeah, and they're like, oh,
favorite color.
that's just women being neurotic. Like, you know how men say that type of about women, but it's really making me start to question like what like men really just don't listen to women at all, or they don't care about like the mental stability of their wife.
Not
Because
all
how
men. They're speaking pretty broadly there.
okay, but how are you married or with somebody this level of crazy? Like, how do you stay with somebody? How do you assume that this is the same thing as like a woman telling you to do the dishes? Do you know what I mean? But I think that they just treat it the same way.
I don't know. Here's a
Like, bitches be shopping, bitches be non-binary.
a very important question. I think a better question is whether you want to be with a man who is straight and who sees your gender as largely being a formality. So they're saying the original poster should dump her boyfriend because he sees himself
I
as
agree.
straight.
I think you should set him free.
Yes, but not because he's in the wrong. Because
But I
you're in
also
the
kind of
wrong.
agree with this because it's telling the person to take responsibility for their delusion. Like, if you want to live in a world of delusion, go ahead by all means. But stop forcing that
Here's the
man.
craziest post. You know, that's his choice to make. Either way, sounds like something to handle offline as adults through conversation. Of course, that one barely got any likes compared to all the other delusional posts.
But I don't even think this is something to be handled offline as adults because adults shouldn't think this crazy.
Right, but one of them does. So, like, they do have to deal with it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, this is where they totally lose me. I struggle to even follow this. I mean, we are still different genders. I'm non-binary, so if he's either of the binary genders, he can still call himself heterosexual and be correct. Straightness/heterosexuality being a monosexuality is based on a binary view of gender, and I'm okay with breaking that too. What?
Wait,
I think I know what
I think I should have read along.
I think
with
I
that
know
one.
what it's saying. It's saying that because I'm non-binary, if heterosexuality just means you love different genders, then it's still heterosexual for
But why are they okay with breaking that too? If you're breaking it, wouldn't that force him to
breaking the binary nature of it.
This is why are we trying to understand delusion? I don't understand. Like I don't walk up to the tweaking out homeless person on the street and ask them to logically define their reality. I just, you know, like I don't understand why we're playing in the clouds.
I like this next one. I'm AFAB non-binary and completely comfortable with being seen as described as non-binary, trans, or a woman. So as far as I'm concerned, he could see me as a woman and still consider himself straight. But if he sees me as non-binary, that's a different story, and then still sees me as straight.
If he sees you as non-binary, he's schizophrenic.
or he's equally delusional as you.
Yes.
I don't know. Listen,
I feel like I was kind of harsh this episode.
I just think that woke white women they're not coping well. And like,
I don't think they're all white.
But it's the leaders are.
Yeah.
Like when you see the people doing the interpretive dance, like.
Yeah. And back in 2020, when they were, apologizing and kissing black people's feet, like that was white women.
And some of them have become, the younger generation of them has become non-binary. And listen, the men need to run. That's our conclusion. You need to run, fellas.
What is going on with women, though? Like, why with those types of women? Because why is that, like, so prevalent in female psychology? But I don't see a lot of young men being non-binary.
No, that's only spicy gays. Like,
yeah. So I'm just confused on what's happening in the, why is it that the upbringing of young women are resorting to this type
now
of
that
ideas?
is a $1 million question.
Yeah, like what are we doing to our why do they feel like they have to latch on to this delusion?
Well, some of it I think might be, and here we're getting deep, wanting to escape the like objectification and sexualization of being a young woman.
I think that's fair. Yeah, and that might be like a woke opinion to have.
I think it's just true.
Yeah, like
it's
women
tragic.
have it very hard, and maybe
lots of ways.
they
Men
want
have
to
it
escape
hard
it.
in different ways.
That's why a lot of people. Yeah, because they're especially victims of sexual assault. I could imagine why they wouldn't want to be seen as a woman. But non-binary still doesn't make any sense. So I'm
And
just,
everyone still, if you're a non-binary AFAB, everyone in the world still sees you as a woman.
right.
Everyone who's calling you non-binary is just playing pretend. They don't believe it in their mind. Not a single soul on earth actually believes it. It's all fake and gay.
That seems pretty fake and gay.
We gotta,
Wait, what?
no, we've gotta like shut it down.
Oh, this means like kill.
No, I went like this. Like,
Okay.
quiet. Anyways.
Anyway, guys, let us know what you think, especially if you're one of these white bitches trying to say that your boyfriend is queer. We want to hear from you.
I
But
would love to talk to
oh
that
my God,
person.
please. Anyway, guys, hit the like button, subscribe, become a channel member to support us and make non-binaries everywhere cry. And we'll be back with more real soon.